Hey guys, Cameron with Iron Forest Knives here. Someone had a question about my anodizing chilling setup and whether I was using the same one or not. And since I'm getting all this set up again, it's all completely not done yet. But since it's all apart, I can show you how my chiller works and so you guys can make your own. It's very inexpensive. It has a lot of cooling capacity. You can have your liquid being almost the temperature that you want your bath to be, and it will still keep it under control, which is that's an indication that it has a lot of cooling capacity. And it accomplishes that by having almost entire surface contact with that bucket. So you don't have to have a titanium chiller or anything like that. This is inexpensive. You need basically, if you were starting from scratch, you'd need 3 5-gallon buckets, and one of them is your anodizing bath. I believe this is 1/2-inch PVC hose and a drill, which the only downside of this system is that mine leaks a little bit because all this is just these hoses shoved into these buckets through a slightly smaller hole than, it doesn't leak bad, but like it does leak. It's just water though. But anyway, so what you do to make it is you take one bucket, drill a bunch of holes all the way around. These are essentially drains, to let the water come out after it has touched the other bucket. So the water comes in the bottom through this 1/2-inch hose, which I put a hose clamp on there just to keep it from falling through. Pumps up through this bucket, and all of that water comes in contact with the chiller bath, which is why it has so much cooling capacity, is because it's got all of the surface area of basically the entire bucket to cool it down. Then it overflows and goes into this second bucket, has a drain hose. That's it. That's the whole system. It works fantastic. I've had 0 cooling issues since I switched to this, and it's cheap and easy to make. You just hook up a pump, just a cheap $10 garden pump, for a fountain, to this, and it will pump the water in there. It'll cool the whole thing down. And my only criticism of it is it's a little tall. The buckets can only go about this tall together. But I'll take another video so you can see it assembled. Okay, so here it is installed. This kind of requires that you drill holes in the bottom of the bucket, which means the bucket has to be sitting on a wire rack, or maybe drill holes in a table, which is, But your anodizing bucket goes right in here on top of this, so it's pretty tall once you get it assembled, but it's worth it. I've never had a problem with this overflowing, which is one of my concerns when I built it, which is why I drilled so many holes around it. But it's always worked fantastic, no issues. Water comes up through that hole, covers the bucket that's in there, which there's not much area or not much volume of water in there because the other bucket is taking up all the space. And then it overflows into these holes and it goes back down to this bucket, which then drains into here. Super simple. All right, so here it is assembled. As you can see, I got a igloo cooler underneath this thing. And as I've said before, it does leak a little bit. Not a ton, but some. But I have it positioned directly underneath, so all the leaking water just drips right back into the container. And so you don't really lose anything. I have no complaints. It works really, really well. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, put them down in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next video.